I'm Mark, as you probably all know by now. Welcome to our weekly hangout. Apologies for last week, but technical errors and whatnot stopped us. Steve's away, as you know, in Portugal, sat on the beach or probably in a bar knowing Steve. And we all wish him well. Whether he actually is bothered to tune in and watch this at some stage, I don't know, but have a great time, Steve and Sandra. You deserve it. We've got Tom Holman with us today as our guest. He's just going to give you a little bit of background on himself, explain who he is. You've seen him in Thunder. He's a very active member of Thunder and a great team member. So he's just going to give you a bit of background on himself, introduce himself to you, and we'll just have a bit of a chat. So over to you, Tom.
Okay, hi guys. As Mark said, my name's Tom. I've been with DS now for coming up to, well, it'll be 12 months and about 2 days, I believe. When I first heard about DS, as I'm pretty sure everybody was, I was always a bit skeptical. I'd been in many network marketing companies that had failed, and I wasn't prepared to bother my mates with selling lotions and potions and come and jump on the bandwagon of joining my team and all this and that and the rest of it with how most of them are. So when I heard about DS, it was through a guy over in the States, which kind of made me a bit skeptical anyway, because obviously him being over there and me being over here. And my previous experience, I always like to have somebody physically talk to me about it rather than kind of on a post via Facebook, get to know me kind of thing. However, after chatting to him for a couple of weeks, I decided just to jump on the bandwagon and just run with it. I did so much research on DS before I even started, and it was a case of, you know, what are you waiting for? It's, you know, it's £13 for goodness sake. You know, it's not as if I'm signing my life savings away, you know. So jumped on and just ran with it, really. Signed up, had my first sale within 2 days, pretty much. And as soon as that first sale came in, I knew that it was going to work. Then once the feedback came in, and it was positive feedback, and the fact that there was no mention of Amazon on the feedback whatsoever, yeah, I just took it and ran with it. Within a month, I decided to become an affiliate. I jumped on the affiliate side, and within the first week, I already had my first team member signed up. And then it pretty much just grew from there, really. I work full-time in hospitality. So for those of you who understand hospitality, it is a hard industry to work in, and it's long hours and just a bloody nightmare, really. But I fit DS in and around that. And you ask any of my mates, my hand is glued to my phone 24/7. I will not be out of sight of my phone. It is always in my pocket, and I'm always watching my eBay and my Amazon sales, regardless of where I am. And yeah, so I've just literally just grown and grown and grown throughout that year. Obviously, you get peaks and troughs as you know, sales. And yeah, now the fact that I've been here for a year, I know the hot sellers at each time of year, so I can plug them, push them as much as I possibly can. And so far, now that I kind of know what I'm doing and just picking up on tips and tricks from anyone, really. The DS side is just growing so big at the moment, especially in the States as well as in the UK. And you know, at the end of the day, we're all doing exactly the same. Nobody's doing any different. We're all literally just copying and pasting from Amazon to eBay. And, you know, some people have got little tips and tricks, and, you know, once you kind of get to know them and you're chatting, you know, there's a few guys over in the States that have given me a few tips and tricks, and I've kind of just taken them and they've kind of worked for me. And yeah, you know, I don't really see things slowing down. Yeah, you get your negative moments of, you know, at the moment I'm dealing with 5 returns, and, you know, everything's a bit stressful and whatnot, but, you know, it's a busy time at the moment. You know, everyone's out, you know, it's summertime, everybody's got a bit of spare cash, so everybody's on eBay buying stuff. So yeah, it's all good.
Are you looking at, or are you working towards giving up work in hospitality and doing this full time one day?
I would love to. If I could do that sooner rather than later, that would be perfect. You know, there's several others that I kind of look up to in regards to doing it as a full-time position, and you know, at the end of the day, kind of seeing their feedback and what they put on Facebook and what they put in the Thunder groups and whatnot about doing it full time, just kind of pushes me to want to be the same. I don't want to be in hospitality any more than anybody else wants to work full time, but you know, that's the industry that I've kind of been that I've chosen, and until kind of things change, then I'll just have to stick with it. But at the moment, things are looking up and things are good. So
yeah, well, the thing is, you'll know when the time's right for you. You'll know when it's financially viable for you to give up work, and then obviously the more time you can devote to DS, the more income you'll get from it. But you know, obviously you're not going to do that until the time's right for you.
Absolutely. I mean, at the moment, you know, there's just not enough hours in the day. You know, if I finish work at 11:30 in the evening, I come home and the first thing I do is pop the laptop on, put my orders through, check my stock, and it's again exactly the same thing as I do in the morning when I first wake up. It's a bit of a nightmare when you're working breakfast shift the following day at 6:30.
Yeah.
I think you muted yourself.
Hang on a moment. Oh.
That's better. That's better, Mark.
I'm still muted. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now, Mark.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry about that. My computer's having a bit of a funny day. I was saying, Tom, you've mentioned Pro and you went affiliate after a month. Are you working your way up the packages? Do you own any more packages?
I had a lead for a couple of months, and I pretty much kind of ran with Elite for a while. Tried to sell in the States, but didn't really have much success in selling in the States. I think it was more of a case of, because I had so many sales here in the UK, and wasn't really getting anything in the States, I kind of knocked the States on the head and purely running with the UK side. So I had an Elite for a bit, so I kind of took the information from that, and also Monopoly now. So selling on Amazon as well, which is great. It's just so much easier. And you know, if you've got Elite, then I highly recommend you get Monopoly as well, because you're taking your Elite suppliers and you're not only selling the products that you get from your Elite suppliers on eBay, you're also selling them on Amazon as well. So you know, I spend a good half an hour a day checking all my stock from my suppliers. So I might as well be checking stock from Amazon and eBay rather than just the one. So that's the way I kind of.
Absolutely. Monopoly is a great package. It's you know, there's certainly some money to be made selling on Amazon, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Have you got aspirations of Genesis?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, eventually that's kind of something that I wanted to do. That was the main reason for me getting Monopoly, was the fact of the whole selling on, you know, pretty much everybody's kind of sold on eBay, you know, kind of selling your old clothes and bits and bobs from around the house.
Precisely.
Whereas Amazon kind of scared me to start with. It was the fact of, you know, I kind of saw it as being a lot more corporate and a lot more business minded, which it is.
Professional, yeah.
However, you know, the training that obviously DS give you, you know, break it all down, and it's just it's so much easier to list on Amazon than it is on eBay.
It really is, and of course the new training now that's out is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, it's foolproof, isn't it?
It is. It's just so much, you know, listing that, you know, you put up on, you know, it takes what, 5-10 minutes. You put a listing up on Amazon, 2 minutes, and it's done, you know.
Absolutely right. A little bit more work if it's a new product, but if you're listing something that somebody else has got, then it's done in seconds, isn't it?
Yeah, great.
So yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, I'd like to get Genesis as well. I'm building up to Genesis because that's going to be my retirement package. That one. That's going to be phenomenal. I can't wait to get there. But I'm less than a year into DS, so you know, we walk before we can run.
Absolutely.
So yes, I'll get more competent on Monopoly, and I'll just keep putting money away for Genesis. So any funny stories happen to you? Any awkward customers? Silly customers?
I've had plenty of awkward customers. As pretty much I think everybody does. The main story that I could probably say has probably been, looking back on it now, has probably been the highlight of my year. I was using the global shipping program, and the global shipping program, which I recommend to anybody because it does open it up to a lot bigger market. However, just be cautious of what you're selling on the global shipping program. I was selling home cinema systems, and they were selling like hotcakes in the UK, and then they started selling. Well, I sold one on the global shipping program. Bearing in mind that it was a home cinema system, it is an electronic anyway. And this specific item was being sold to Italy. Why the guy wanted it in Italy, I have no idea, because obviously you need an adapter, etc., etc. Anyway, a couple of weeks later, he sends me a message to say something along the lines of it was all in Italian. So that's the plus side of working in hospitality, is that you've always got foreign staff that you're working with. So I had to go into work and get this whole story translated from Italian into English. Basically, a long story short, the thing didn't work. So I contacted eBay to arrange collection of this item to be shipped back to the UK. eBay UK didn't want to know because it was sent to Italy. So therefore, I had to get in contact with eBay Italy. Now, I'm a typical English and can only speak one language. Italian, I had no idea on. So to go on to eBay Italy, if you've ever been on it, is just a disaster because it's slightly different to the UK one. And yeah, it was fun and games to try and find this case in my eBay Italy back office, and they apparently would only accept it because obviously if you write in a foreign language on your eBay UK, they won't necessarily understand it, and they won't take it as proof of a message, which is what I got told by eBay. So therefore, I had to send this message in Italian. Well, obviously, this message in Italian obviously didn't really make sense to this guy. But yeah, long story short, that was the bonus of working in hospitality, is my Italian mates from work eventually decided they phoned him up actually, and we spoke to him on the phone, and yeah, we got this humongous system sent back from Italy to the UK. But yeah, it was an absolute sodding nightmare. But looking back at it now, I can just laugh at it because it was just hilarious. But no, at the time, it was the most stressful time of the whole year, I think. But yeah, all good fun.
That is funny. Did the guy obviously not realise then that buying a UK home cinema system is not going to work in Italy?
Apparently not. Apparently not.
Voltage differences and adapters and all sorts.
Apparently not.
That's comical. That's comical. Was you out of pocket in any way at all over the return?
No. Purely because he opened up a case on PayPal. And so the way in which a PayPal case works is pretty much the same way as an eBay case works. I thought they were, before this, I thought they were exactly the same thing. But yeah, because he was European, he opened up a PayPal case, and everything is dealt with within PayPal rather than anything kind of go through eBay. But again, it's just a sudden nightmare, and yeah, my Italian's still no better than what it was before.
That's oh my God. Okay, you got me. I say yeah. So that's the beauty of Google Translate. We can actually work in foreign languages now.
Absolutely, yeah.
I've just had quite a funny experience myself with a personal purchase. Actually, I've just bought something from Amazon for myself, delivered to my home address. But I'd used a different email address to the one I'm actually registered on Amazon with. The tracking of the item came back to me that the postcode was incorrect, and so it couldn't be delivered. Now the postcode is right, so I went to contact the courier to say, look, the postcode is right, what's going on? Could not find any contact details for the courier whatsoever on their website. No phone number, nothing whatsoever to contact the courier. So I thought, okay, I'll go onto Amazon and I'll trace it back through my orders. Went onto Amazon, looked in my orders, no sign of this item whatsoever in my previous orders. It is not there to be found. I'm like, oh no, where's it gone? So I contacted Amazon on their online chat box and said, look, I've got this. Here's the order number. Here's the tracking number, blah, blah, blah. I can't find it. They went through all the security with me. And it turns out I'd actually ordered it under a different email address to the one I'm registered with, which is why it's not showing in my account. So anyway, Amazon contacted the courier for me and said that, in fact, the courier had put it on the wrong van, which is why it came back as postcode incorrect. It had gone to a completely different area. So they've assured me it's going to be delivered in the next couple of days. So yeah, just be wary of that, guys, when you're ordering from Amazon. Make sure you put the right email address in, because most of us have several email addresses, don't we? So that was a bit worrying for me. I thought, well, I've got the proof I've paid for this, but it's just not there in my account. Help. So yeah, just be wary of that. Make sure you know which email address you're using for which accounts, wherever they are. So yeah, anything else you want to add, Tom?
No, pretty much. With being here for a year, you know, I've got a considerable amount of experience now, but you know, that's the good thing about DS, is the fact that you're always learning, you're always picking up new tricks and whatnot, and you know, it's always growing. You know, there's always more space for you to grow, really. And I think that's the beauty of DS, is the fact that it's completely different to any other network marketing company that are out there. It's the fact that if you're willing to put the time in and you're willing to grow your own business, then you know you will succeed. You know, it's not going to come and it's just not going to be handed to you on a plate. And you know, the sooner, you know, people kind of see that and, you know, put as much activity as you possibly can on your account, you know, and your sales will come, and you'll be rewarded for the hard work in which you put in. So no, just keep working and just keep doing it, just doing what everybody does, and follow the training as well, because it works.
Absolutely. And people have to know that, you know, it's not money for nothing. You have got to put time and effort in. You know, you're building up your own business. You've got to work at it. It's as you say, it's not handed to you on a plate.
Yeah.
Training is all there. Everything is there that you need, but it's up to you to make it work. Nobody can do that for you, and that's important to know. Any message for people, Tom, who might be watching this, who are thinking of joining us but are still unsure? Anything you can say to them?
All I would say is, at the end of the day, it's £13. It's $20. You know, I always say to the guys that are in which are signing up with me, you know, it's £13. You know, you're going to go down and you're going to spend more in the pub or on a takeaway. Just jump on in and, you know, just have a look around in the back office. Even if you sign up for a month and just have a look around, you're not you're losing what, £13. But at the end of the day, you know, the way in which DS is, just jump in and just start listing, because until you start listing and you start putting the work in, you're not going to really know until that it actually works. But you've just got to look on the DS Thunder page and see that it's working. And I wouldn't have done it for a year if I wasn't making any money by doing it.
What I say to people, you know, I've been doing it since September, and people say to me, well, does it work? And well, if it didn't, I wouldn't still be doing it, you know. Yeah. I'm not doing it because I want to waste my time sitting on the computer. I'm doing it because I'm earning money. Simple as that.
Yeah, and the other thing I always get is, so it's a scam then. You're just scamming people, which, you know, again, you know, people that, you know, recently a few of my mates have been saying, you know, you're scamming people. At the end of the day, I'm not scamming people. The way in which I explain it to people is, Tesco's get their milk from their farmers, and they sell their milk on their shelves at an upmarket price. I do exactly the same. The only difference being, my farmer is Amazon. There's no difference in it. So it's not a scam.
I mean, absolutely, nobody is forced to buy your product off eBay.
Exactly.
You know, everybody can shop around and find it cheaper if they wish. Nobody is forced to buy from you, so you're not scamming anyone at all.
No.
Different retailers charge different prices for their products. You know, Tesco's might charge £1.50 for your milk, whereas Asda might charge £1. People buy it from Tesco's. Tesco's are not scamming these people at all. It's on sale. People choose to buy it. It's as simple as that. And it's the same with us.
Yeah.
You know, we advertise goods at a certain price. You have a choice. You buy it or you don't.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Just like you can walk around town all day in and out of different shops looking at different prices, you can do the same on the internet. You can shop around.
Yes.
It's exactly the same. So, yeah, I mean, my message to anybody, as you say, Tom, who's thinking about it, is jump in, do it, give it a go. You know, you really can't fail to earn your money back at least. And if you don't like it, you've lost nothing. It's as simple as that. So, anything else, Tom, or should we wrap up?
No, I think that's everything. If anybody has any questions, you know, I'm always happy to answer. Leave a message in the Thunder group, or otherwise just send me a private message, and I always do my best to get back to him as soon as I can.
Absolutely, you do. You're very good, active member in Thunder, Tom. I've got to say that you are very good. And thank you to our lovely Lana for bringing you into Thunder.
Yeah, thank you, Lana.
Absolutely. Okay, so we'll knock off now. I have got a guest lined up for next week. I'm just waiting for it to be confirmed. So I'll put the news on Thunder as and when I have it. So that's it. Goodbye from me. Tom?
Thank you. Cheers, Mark.
Okay, and I will see you guys next week. But I'm always available on Thunder if you need me. Bye now, guys.